What is going on, guys? It is WrestleGamia here, back with some more wrestling gaming news and rumors. Join us today as we look at some of the biggest stories out there inside the wrestling bubble of the gaming world, including the potential cancellation of WWE 2K21, updates on the AEW video game and them already moving into the mobile gaming market, PlayStation 5 indie wrestling game, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more wrestling video game content. But let's waste no further time and get straight into the first bit of news, as has WWE 2K21 been cancelled? Now, pretty much every industry in the world right now has taken a hit due to the ongoing global health crisis, and this has every wrestling company going from top to bottom. While on the one hand there appears to be concerns with WWE over losing television rights if live shows can't be fulfilled, leading them to continue on, smaller indie companies with less money to see them through this tough time are in danger of going out of business entirely. One industry we thought that may be somewhat immune to this would be the video game industry, given that everyone suddenly has a lot more free time on their hands recently. However, with disposable income not being as high for many now, it seems that even this is taking a hit. Numerous games have been delayed already this year, and it appears that the WWE 2K series may be getting cancelled outright, at least for this year anyway. Now, to be fair, this can't entirely be blamed on our current situation, as 2K20 was so badly received that it was in danger of sinking the franchise anyway, and there have been rumours running rampant about budget cuts and staff firings over at 2K for the last few months now. Well, more fuel has been thrown onto this fire in the form of a video posted by YouTube channel Violent Lee, aka Justin Leeper, the narrative lead for the Road to WrestleMania modes in 3 different SmackDown games. Now, Leeper does not actually work on the game itself, but he does have credible sources within the industry who used to work with him. He argued that the towel has been thrown in on WWE 2K21 based on a number of facts, including WrestleMania weekend usually serving as a time for 2K to drop the first pieces of concrete information about the next title. However, this year was nowhere to be seen. Granted, there are extenuating circumstances right now that could account for this, but it's still suspect that we've had absolutely no formal word on the game as of yet. Justin Leeper also claims to have insider knowledge that states as far back as December, as staff at Visual Concepts were told that there was a 50-50 chance that the game would be going ahead following the terrible reception to 2K20, and only in January was it deemed that things would cautiously be going on medium steam. Again, if you want to check out Justin Leeper's full videos, be sure to check out the link in our description below. But since then, they've heard that the game has finally been cancelled altogether. On top of this, they state that when WWE 2K21 does finally come out, it won't be part of the next generation of consoles and will still appear exclusively on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, as well as PC. We're not quite sure what to make of that last piece of information, other than it may show the waning trust in the franchise that Sony and Microsoft are apparently reluctant to burn a release slot on a new console for it. This potential cancellation is also something that was alluded to in a previous video from fellow YouTuber Viking Size Gamer, and while it should be taken with a pinch of salt until something official comes out, it would suggest that 2K have maybe started listening to fans who are tired of the same cookie cutter game every year, and have finally learned that giving the series an extra year to work out something different might be an overall benefit. It should also be noted that Leeper claims we will see a WWE 2K this year, though it will be in the form of something very different. He didn't specify any details about this for fear of angering people at 2K, but they do say that it'll be a different kind of game from a different kind of developer who isn't Visual Concepts. What could this mean? Could it be a management sim similar to Total Extreme Wrestling? Could it be something totally out there like a platforming title with WWE wrestlers? Hell, it might even be a crossover between WWE and other fighting titles like Mortal Kombat or Tekken. Well, we'll let you argue that one out in the comments down below, but let us know your thoughts on what random game they could actually bring out. You might hate us for this one, but we would love a quiz game. Next up, more AEW console game details. Ever since word dropped that AEW are going to be entering the video game market, fans have had a lot of expectations given how well the company has managed to build a reputation for listening to their audience in such a short space of time. With noted gaming enthusiast Kenny Omega even setting fans' hearts aflutter by saying that he wanted the game to be similar to the likes of classics like WWF No Mercy, people have been speculating if this would mean the revival of the legendary Aki engine. More fuel has been added to the fire recently by none other than Cody Rhodes, who stated at Chicago's Comic Entertainment Expo event last month that there is a very specific type of game that people want. There is a very specific engine that people want. I bet Kenny Omega will provide a wonderful announcement sometime soon. This seems to be a clear nod towards the aforementioned game engine and is surely designed to get fans excited. With this in mind, it's basically just a waiting game for some more formal announcement now. Some had speculated that something could come as soon as E3 this year, but as that has now been cancelled, we have to wonder if there'll be something announced on a future episode of Dynamite, much in the same way the company's action figure line was announced recently. But whilst we're on the subject of AEW, is a game actually already out there? Well, we've been waiting with bated breath for more details about AEW's upcoming video game debut, but it looks like they've already dipped their toes into the gaming world without many of us even noticing. Yeah, the WWE's chief competitors released their first game in a manner of speaking that is via TNT and AEW's Instagram pages, which takes the form of a choose-your-own-adventure style mobile game where fans pick what wrestler they want to find and then search for them through previous posts so they can move on to the next step. The official rules state you are trying to become an AEW wrestler. Through a series of interlinked Instagram carousel posts and accounts, you'll make the choices that either lead you to your ultimate goal of becoming an all-elite wrestler or fail miserably. Swipe left through to choose your next move or path by going to the tagged Instagram account. Then swipe through the post on the following account to pick your next move by doing it again. Will you become a famous all-elite wrestler? To be fair, it's not quite the console game we've been waiting for, but it's a fun distraction in the meantime. Be sure to give it a try. Next up, a PlayStation 5 indie wrestling game is being developed. In what might be a testament to just how thriving the wrestling industry is right now, details have recently been spilled out about a PlayStation exclusive which looks to set to focus on the independent wrestling scene. American developers Virtual Basement are helming the title, which has been pitched as a hybrid between classic games No Mercy and SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, with a dash of new and unique innovation thrown in to mix things up. According to YouTuber Smack Talks, the team have already signed 30 or so wrestlers for the game from all across the indie scene, as well as from more established promotions like Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor. These include the likes of Brian Cage, Brian Pillman Jr., Matt Seidel and many others. The title is still in pretty much early development, so there's not a lot of official stuff out there to view, but there have been previews of character models for in-game wrestlers Shaheem Ali and O'Shea Edwards leaked, and they looked pretty great. Certainly a lot better than what we've seen in the 2K series in the recent years. The as of yet untitled game will also use the Unreal 4 engine, and at this point seems like it will almost certainly appear on the PlayStation 5 when it's eventually released. We're definitely looking forward to this one. Next up, WrestleGamia coming this summer. Another game we mentioned on our previous video about wrestling video games to watch out for this year is WrestleGamia Wrestling. WrestleGamia Wrestling has been anticipated amongst arcade wrestling game fans for some time now, given its promise of mixing up current indie darlings with more legendary figures and even incorporating Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore promotion, all served with an old school WrestleFest visual style. Well, since that video was released, we've gotten word on an official release date for the title via WrestleGamia's official Twitter page. It looks like July 2020 has been set in stone as the point where we finally get to play this one, which isn't too long to wait now all things considered. It's so soon in fact that you can even pre-order the game over on their official website, so as to get it at a discounted price, and if you purchase the Digital Plus version, you can also receive a full color instruction manual and set of stickers for your trouble. This one looks like a hell of a lot of fun, so would recommend not sleeping on it, because we're pretty sure you'll be missing out on something special if you do. And finally, Total Extreme Wrestling Game Save transfers now available. Total Extreme Wrestling is a crazily in-depth management simulator which provides just about the best experience of feeling like the booker of a wrestling promotion you're likely to find out there in the game world. Fans of the series love the in-depth detail they can lose themselves into with this title, and it can often lead them to spending countless hours on individual save files building their own promotion into a world beta. It's a shame then for many to have to lose all that info and start over again from scratch with the release of an updated title. This is what many fans have been worried about with the release of Total Extreme Wrestling 2020, with some concerned about dropping the save games they may have spent years working on from the previous 2016 entry. Well, they fear not anymore, as the game's developer has recently announced via the game's official Twitter page that a save game converter has been created to allow these fans to transfer their old save files over to the new game and continue on with their promotion they've likely spent quite a while working on already. Now granted, it's not massive news, but it's a nice little touch that shows the developers are thinking about their fan base, and it goes a long way towards building up goodwill with them. But there you have it guys, the latest wrestling video game news. What do you think of the news regarding 2K21? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling video game content.